Assalamu alaikum friends, I welcome you to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the very basics of literature. So before we start the topic, I request you to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. So here we start the meaning of literature. So we are going to talk about the literal as well as the conceptual meaning of literature. So here is the literal meaning. The word literature is derived from a Latin word, literatura. The word literatura, which means writing or grammar. And it is also said that the literature word is being derived from word litera. Litera, which means a letter. This is a literal meaning. Whereas the conceptual meaning of literature is that literature refers to writings. Which type of writings? Like drama, poetry and novel, or so on, which reflect the picture of society. So in nutshell, literature refers to those writings which reflect the society, the social aspect, political aspect, psychological aspect and economical aspect. So now let's look at the definitions of literature with perspective of famous writers. Here are the definitions. So according to Oscar Wilde says literature always anticipates life. Means the subject matter of literature is life. Hence it does not copy but molds to its purpose. It is said that literature is the name of imitation, but not. It does not copy or imitate. Rather, it adds modifications to it. It molds the reality which is existing. So according to Oscar Wilde, literature always reflects what is life, overall picture of life. Again, according to Montaigne, French essayist, he says literature must voice the past. Literature must voice the past. It tells us what happened in the past, means it tells us about the history and makes us aware of what we did in the history. Again, reflect the present. What is happening in the contemporary society is being shown in literature. Next he says, and molds the future, and it makes our future brighter than the existing one. So next, according to Ralph Waldo Emerson, an American poet and essayist, he says art is expression of life in forms of truth and beauty. Here art, the word art refers to literature. Means through literature what we have to express truth and beauty. Truth means what is the natural reality. It is shown in the literature or literary works, and again the beauty. Literature unfolds the beauty. What is the beauty of the world? Again, types of literature. There are mainly two common types of literature. Applied literature and pure literature. Applied literature deals with the knowledge, information, facts and figures. Like we study in natural sciences and technology, computing, counting and technology, what has to deal with the real application in the life. For example, every field of natural science comes in the applied literature. Again, in pure literature, it purely deals with emotions, feelings and opinions and ideas regarding life. And in pure literature, we have three main genres of literature. For example, we study drama, poetry and novel under the pure literature. Now, I want to tell you about the functions of literature. It is important to keep in mind that every field of study has functions to perform in the mind of a reader or in the society. So, as far as literature is concerned, its functions have been categorized into two types: primary functions and secondary functions. Primary functions means which are immediate purposes of literature. Number one is it instructs. When you read a literature, when you talk about literature, it instructs you or it enlightens you. How? For example, when you read the Conquest of Happiness by Bertrand Russell, in the Conquest of Happiness, Bertrand Russell instructs you how to be happy and what are the factors that lead to unhappiness. Right? So when you read literature, you get directly or indirectly the instruction regarding the life. And again, as far as the enlightenment is concerned, when you read the literature, your mind is enlightened. You have new and novel ideas about the life. For example, if you read a novel by Dickens, its novel is A Tale of Two Cities. This novel will inspire your enlightenment, and it will give you, it will wake your eyes for it, because it is about the revolution that took place in France. And obviously, the next function of literature is entertainment. Means pleasure reading. When you read the literature, your boredom is over. You are no more bored, and you begin to entertain yourself when you are reading. So entertainment is the part and parcel function of English literature. Here at the here below are the secondary functions. For example, escape. Escape means to fade away from the ground realities. And literature gives you a flight to a dreamland. For example, you travel away from what are your miseries, what the lacerations you are feeling, and it gives you a chance to fade away. For example, if you read the Keats Odes, in Keats Odes, Keats transforms himself into birds, into pictures, into flowers, into other objects and particles, and he is no more physical in his own existence. He escapes away from the reality. So that is the important function. And it teaches morality, obviously. If you read any literature of the world, Pakistani, American, British, all teaches you some sort of the difference and the clear-cut picture of what is good and bad, what is moral and immoral, what is lawful and unlawful. And the last, literature saves life. You read literature, you protect your life. How? A very important incident of J.S. Mill. He was a very famous economist. He decided to plan his suicide. While he fixed the spot in the time, he was going to the suicide spot and he began to read the literature, the poetry of Wordsworth. On his way, he cancelled his program to commit suicide and he began to live his life happily. I hope that this video would have been very helpful to you. Keep in touch for more videos. Thank you so much for watching.